Welcome to Townsfolk Tussle. We are back for the final round. We actually made it all the way. Well, maybe not all the way. We're not there yet, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll actually make our way through the final fight. But yeah, we have to do a little bit of preparation. So we last left off with a pretty damn smooth fight against Umbrello as our third fight. And now we're going to be fighting Samuel Strawman as our very last final fight scenario. So yeah, let us set up for getting the last town phase ready so we can get rid of these for Granny. Luckily, she is not going to be afflicted by those things anymore. Additionally, we can get rid of any unwanted feats of metal. So I think what we want to do, because it is going to be the last, fight, we're not really in the need for coins and stuff like that. So I think ideally we want stuff like singled out where we can do damage to the ruffian, or potentially have more impactful stat boosts, like movement for Granny might be better because she doesn't necessarily need the Moxie. So I think we can keep those. We might find an item, like Granny definitely does need better items, and we might need something, or we might get an item that might make use out of the extra Moxie. So I think we'll keep those two. We'll want to keep the singled out. I don't think we're going to be planning on getting easy living. Although that is one easy one to get, I think, especially if we are planning on selling the Breezy Cape and or the King's Claymore. So maybe we'll keep those. And then Blopsy Twins, we don't really need this, so we'll get rid of no distractions. And the taking 2 damage in a single turn is possible, so I think we'll keep that. So then let us draw our town events for the round. So Blopsy Twins get Unshakable. If your movement, moxie, or accuracy are lowered by a ruffian action, achieve this feat. Probably will end up getting that. Shameless, complete a fight without any chest or leg gear equipped the entire time. Unfortunately, that one's going to be pretty much useless because we are going to definitely have those things on. Quintus Binch will draw caught in the back, take damage from the ruffian, win the target as farthest townsfolk. It's pretty possible, although Quintus will generally be closer. For Granny will get Tinkerer, so interacting with the terrain piece. Well, considering she already has Engineer, that seems to work out pretty well. So let's see, we have to rearrange the turn order. So Blopsy Twins will go down to the bottom, and Granny ends up being the first in the beaten order. And then we will resolve the town events. So first off is going to be Blopsy Twins going in the buying order. So let's see what we get. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's something good. All right, that's a secret one. So again, since I'm playing by myself, we are going to remove those, and going to remove those, and going to remove those. And here we go. Harold's Discount Outfitters. Never seen this one. You mosey into the Eureka Springs discount store hoping to find a good deal on wares. The store clerk Harold offers you quite a lucrative trade. You may discard one piece of gear. If you do, you receive the first card from the peddler deck with the same gear type as the discarded card. Keep that piece of gear and put all other revealed cards on the bottom of the deck. That's a pretty sweet card. Now, the question is, what would we want to get rid of? Because obviously we're probably going to get rid of one of these, which I think is fine. I think at this point, having Blopsy Twins, especially considering how tanky she is now, it might be worth actually getting a better one-handed weapon so everyone can do some decent damage across the board. Might even be able to find a decent instrument off that. Either way, these are really just sitting here, so we might as well just discard one of these, because it doesn't have to be a non-starting gear weapon. So yeah, we'll get rid of the Traveler Shiv. We'll discard that, and we'll draw the first weapon off the top. It's going to be the old belt, which is actually not too bad. It's a pretty decent weapon. Unfortunately, if we do roll a 1, or sorry, if we miss with this weapon, you take a damage. Okay, that's not so great. We'll probably just end up selling that maybe. I thought it was only if you get a 1, but missing with it because we have -1 accuracy to begin with, it's not going to be as reliable. So not the best, but I mean, luckily, as long as it doesn't do something bad to us going into the last fight, I'm fine with that because we can still sell it for 2 coins. All right, next up is going to be Quintus Binch. We got Wilbur needs weapons. You find a small elderly man cowering in a corner. Hey pal, lend Grandpa a weapon, will you? You may help Wilbur by discarding a weapon. If you do, on a 1 to 2, he runs away with it. 3 to 7, you receive the first weapon in the peddler deck. 8 or more, you get 12 coins. Oh boy. Well, we can discard the King's Claymore because we're not going to use it. If we get a 1 or a 2, it's pretty unfortunate. If we get a 3 to 7, we may end up getting something that's more useful. However, we are using a pretty darn good two-hander. Like, I don't even know. This thing's been pretty damn good. It's got good damage for its accuracy cost. It has range. I think I'd rather just keep the King's Claymore and sell it for 6 coins to potentially find like a good accessory or something like that, because at least it's a guaranteed 6 coins. That being said, I mean, we do have, you know, the chance to get a 12 coins. We could also end up getting something much better from the Peddler deck. High risk, high reward. High risk, high reward, huh? How badly do we need the 6 coins? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 coins. We're probably going to end up either getting rid of the Breezy Cape or the Itchy Sweater. So that's going to be another 5 coins. So we'll have 15 coins total. So that actually probably should be enough to buy anything we want. Probably like an upgrade to our helmet or our leg gear, and maybe even an accessory on top of that. So I don't think I need the King's Claymore. Yeah. Now that being said, I guess it is bad if we get a weapon that we don't really want to use and it ends up being not worth a whole lot, because King's Claymore is worth like a decent amount. You know, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep the guaranteed 6 coins. I don't want to chance it. All right, last is gonna be Granny. Shaky Hands. Keep this card in front of you for the next fight. Lower your terrain rolls by 1. You're developing a case of the jitters. Oh no, Granny's been getting really screwed by the town events. Holy moly, and that really sucks because all of our stuff is interacting with terrain pieces. Oh boy. That's going to really also be unfortunate if the final fight objective requires us to interact with terrain a lot. I mean, Granny is just going to stay at range and just do damage, I guess. I guess we'll just leave it at that. Poor Granny. All right, that is going to be it for the town events. Let us move on to the buying phase. Let's set up our gear and see what we get. Alrighty, so not really any weapons except the town banner. We do have the melodic maraca, which is actually gives us accuracy and increases accuracy to Townsfolk within 3 squares, which might not be a bad idea for boasting Bullhorn. It makes everything more reliable at the cost of doing damage. But the nice thing about the maracas is we actually get range on it and improving our own accuracy. So that's probably... Alrighty, we are back after done the buying phase. This was a pretty tough one. I did end up reshuffling the store. Part of me sort of regrets it. Part of me was like, we actually got some decent stuff. So for Granny actually got a pretty decent upgrade. So I ended up selling off the bow to pick up the floppy scimitar plus the extended-pole. Effectively, it is 1 less accuracy required with the floppy scimitar. It also requires less moxie to use, but the same amount of damage when we combine it with the extended-pole. Plus, I mean, with the extra range that we have on the extended-pole, we pretty much always hit on anything but a 1 now from here on out. Additionally, the extended pole actually does work with the Rudy Tutor to actually get 10 range out of the pistol. So in a clutch situation, we can swap the Rudy Tutor out for the floppy scimitar and shoot from, you know, all the way across the map if we need to. So that was pretty good there. And we had 3 coins left over, so I just purchased the Prospector Sifter because potentially we're going to be interacting with terrain, even though this doesn't really do too much, but it also maybe we can throw it away if we need to discard something. For Quintus has so many items. We got the fishbowl for free thanks to Quintus Binch's petty theft ability. However, there wasn't really a whole lot for Quintus to actually use. Unfortunately, we did not get any good leg gear for him to swap out for the sandals. I didn't really feel like the Itchy Sweater would be great going into the final fight without really knowing what's going to happen, because potentially if we have to interact with terrain pieces and we have the chance of taking damage, the Itchy Sweater is just a little bit too risky, I think. So I ended up selling that off and actually utilizing the Breezy Keep just for the extra movement. Additionally, if any player gets a critical hit, we get extra HP out of that as well. I also ended up purchasing the Safety Blanket because it's effectively is the same as the Breezy Cape, but then if we just need to heal up quickly, we can stay beside someone when we think they're going to take damage, and we can heal off that way. Whereas Breezy Cape allows us to potentially heal while we're running around and trying to interact with terrain pieces for potentially the special objective, which I'm assuming we're going to need to do. And then we just kept the King's Claymore because there was not really any reason to sell it. Blopsy Twins, again, I was thinking about getting the medicine bag, but unfortunately that would require me to drop my boasting Bullhorn. Either that or go without a weapon entirely, which I wasn't really looking forward to anyways, because I still want to keep the feather, because we still might need to do damage with Blopsy Twins, but this would actually make it so the Performer's bow tie wouldn't be in effect if we got rid of the Boasting Bullhorn, so we did need to keep this. I did end up selling off the whip and getting the finicky grenades just for a clutch situation if we need to just chuck something at range. It's 2 damage. It also damages you on a miss, so it effectively is sort of the same. It's harder to hit with, but higher risk, high reward. We're probably not going to use this, but you never know. Additionally, I just wanted to spend my coins to make sure that Quintus Binch was able to have the most coins at the end so he could get that easy living. So we're going to end the town phase. We get easy living. We're going to cash it in for the movement, which brings us up to 8 total movement. So we're going to be really running around as much as possible, trying to interact and get that special objective if we need to do that. And then we are going into the final fight. We are going to have to decide what we are going to do for the sheriff. So when it comes to the final fight, before you start it up, you're going to gather all of the points from the points of metal cards, and you're going to add those up. And whoever has the highest from all the previous rounds in the game, you're going to end up becoming the sheriff, where you're going to get a unique item for that fight. That's going to usually help you in that fight. Additionally, there's going to be special rules associated with being the sheriff. Usually it is, well, at least from the one that we did, if the sheriff dies, you lose. Now, Granny only has 2 points because we have this one as well as this one thing, so Granny's not going to be it, and it's actually going to be a tie between Blopsy Twins and Quintus Binch. Now, the rulebook says you can decide who amongst yourself should be the sheriff for the tie, and I'm thinking that we're probably going to go with the Blopsy Twins, just because if it does end up being that the sheriff does cause you to lose if they die, at least Blopsy Twins have the most health, so they're able to take the most hits. Quintus does have some ability to heal, but it still is a little iffy. Plus, we're probably going to have him trying to do damage and everything like that anyways. And if it's like a one-handed item that he needs to use for the unique item, it's a little bit harder for him, whereas I'm not too disappointed if we have to unequip the sharpened feather just for the special unique item. So we'll make Blopsy Twins the old sheriff, and let us see what the unique final fight setting is. So for Samuel Strawman, the final fight says the Sacrificial Fields. With the other ruffians defeated, the team works their way towards Strawman's farm. They've been hearing screams from that direction all day, but chalked it up to Samuel yelling at the locals for littering. The team arrives to find Strawman with 3 townsfolk kebabbed onto his pole. Oh God. He stares silently at the group and grins. You're on Strawman's turf now. Place 1 wheat field in the board per townsfolk in numerical order. So if you look here on the board, you can see the FF, so that just stands for the final fight items. So we need to find one, and we have 3 townsfolk, so we need to place one in the top right corner, top left corner, and the bottom left corner there. So let us grab those, and that's going to be in here probably. What was it? Wheat fields. There's 5 wheat fields. We only need 3 of them. And we'll toss those back in there. Alrighty. And yeah, 1 per. So there's 1 going to be there for FF3. There's 1 going to be here for FF2. And then 1 in the top left. So luckily, I feel like we're going to have to interact with these. So good thing we have Quintus, who's able to do a ton of movement. And we need to appoint a new sheriff. The newly appointed sheriff receives the sheriff's lighter, may equip immediately. Okay. Well, that is going to be in here. Sheriff's glue. Where's that lighter? Jerry the cat. That was for Pepins. There it is. Sheriff's lighter. So what does this do? +1 moxie and add 3 to burn it down rolls. All right, we're going to try to burn these wheat fields down, I'm guessing. Oh, it's an accessory. Okay, so I mean, actually, for the way it's set up, we actually didn't need to appoint sheriff right away. So luckily, we can do this after we place the wheat fields down, and we can appoint a new sheriff, and they get the sheriff's lighter. So considering it is an accessory, I think we will have Quintus Binch do it, because he is going to be the one, I think, running around. Because he's going to be able to maneuver the most effectively. Blopsy Twins do have quite a bit of movement still, but yeah, Quintus, especially him being able to teleport plus move around, makes him very, very mobile. So the terrain is a wheat field, just an ominous wheat of field. The Townsfolk ability you can do towards them is burn it down. When adjacent to any wheat field, you can use 2 Moxie to burn it down. You roll, add any counters on the terrain piece of any. 1 to 3, you accidentally let yourself on fire. You take 1 damage and destroy a piece of equipped gear. Okay, well, it's a good thing that we are using the Sheriff's Lighter because it's +3 to burn it down rolls, meaning that it's impossible for us to get that range. So that's sort of what all of the unique items generally are going to be doing when you're the Sheriff. They're going to be providing you help towards the special objective in some way. 4 to 6, there's a flame, but it's too tiny. Place a counter, and then you can continue on and add that for your future attempts. And then 7 or higher, you burn it to a crisp, remove it to the board, or remove it from the board. So how to win. So again, every single boss in the game has a special, unique fight, special objective. So, and they have a special way that you have to actually win. So to defeat Samuel Strawman, you need to break his morale and take him down until all terrain pieces are removed from the board. Strawman is unable to go below 1 HP. Until all terrain pieces are removed from the board, Strawman is unable to go below 1 HP. And you lose if all townsfolk are knocked out or if the new sheriff is knocked out at the start of the ruffian's turn. So yeah, we definitely want to try and keep Quintus alive. Special objective is destroy the overgrown cornfield last. Oh, okay, so the wheat fields are just extra terrain that you have to burn, but the townsfolk ability allows us to burn any terrain piece. Okay. So that, man, so we're going to be burning the dangerous ditch as well. That's doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm not going to I'm not going to question it. At least it doesn't like set it on fire, so if we're trying to move in between it, it sets us on fire. That's good. Okay, that is actually a lot more difficult because that means there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different pieces we have to do while trying to bring him down to 0 health, where he has 15 health and 7 movement. So he actually has more health and movement than the other ruffians. All right. So he doesn't actually get any extra abilities, which is nice. So I think we are going to have Granny just on damage duty, trying to work his health down, because I think we still want to try to set up so it sort of times it where we will end up killing the last pieces of terrain and also just being a few hits away from killing the ruffian. I think that'll be our game plan. And I don't think we're going to try to waste too much time interacting with stuff. Other than trying to burn it down. I guess potentially just the rickety farm, because that can potentially be 3 damage from there. We can also use it as a heal potentially. Big barrel might be worth it just to get the extra stats off. But overall, I don't know if we want to waste time. Oh, that also gives an extra Moxie to Quintus. That's good, because if we actually get another Moxie, maybe we can actually switch out and use the King's Claymore, funny enough. Oh boy, okay, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be quite difficult too. Now we're pretty much never going to try and burn something down with Granny because we have the shaky hands, so we'll get a -1 to our terrain rolls there. And I also don't really want to accidentally unequip or discard anything from Blopsy Twins. So yeah, I think Blopsy Twins and Granny Melba are just going to be on damage duty, sticking by each other to make use of the Boasting Bullhorn, and we're just going to try and have Blopsy Twins tank as much damage and buy us as much time for Quintus to do what he needs to do to get around the board and burn all this stuff down. So we want to make sure we just burn the overgrown cornfield down last to complete the special objective, because it is the... if we complete the special objective and we win, we get a special ending, and that's also going to be how you unlock special gear for future runs. So, not too hard. Although it says, okay, so how does this work? Yeah, if you defeat the Strawman, read 21. If you also complete the special objective, so I don't think we can destroy the overgrown cornfield last and still and lose and still get the stuff. So you have to still win. All right, well, that is going to be that. Let us place everything down. So I think we're going to place... I think we're going to place Quintus here. Either that or I'm going to place him here, and we'll just move left to right across the board. I do know that Samuel Strawman likes to interact with Overgrown Cornfield. That's why they want you to burn it last. He does have some stuff that involves getting people in there. So we'll keep that one last. We'll put Quintus right here. He can burn this wooden fence right away. And I think for Blopsy Twins, we want to stay as far away as possible, I think, from the overgrown cornfield. And then we'll place Granny here. And I think that is going to be it. Alrighty. Oof. Let me just take a drink of water and let's get this started. So we're going to give the AI deck a shuffle, and Samuel Strawman goes first. Crow throw. Farthest townsfolk, that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a tie between Blopsy Twins and Granny. So Blopsy Twins gets a 7, Granny gets a 2. So it's going to target Granny. Strawman utilizes everything in his disposal to rid you from his land. If the target is within 9 squares, which Granny is, Strawman chucks a dead crow at them, dealing 1 damage. Ouch. Move Strawman towards the farthest townsfolk and reshuffle the action deck. Alright, well that just get... Oh, God. That just goes on top. I'm going to give that old shuffle. Alright, it is going to be Granny's turn, so that's sort of unfortunate because Granny does not want to be by there. Now, it does say that wheat field is a terrain piece, so we can move through it. So I think we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That means we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away, thanks to our Extendapole. Our Floppy Scimitar has +5 range. That does... Actually, can we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh, we only have 4 movement, right? Yeah. Damn. I was hoping we could get, beside Blopsy Twins, to get the extra damage, but that's okay. All right, well, we're going to attack with our Floppy Scimitar. So we are looking for a anything but a 1 because we have +5 range, meaning our far-sighted gives us +5 accuracy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have +3 accuracy and brings our Floppy Scimitar from a 4 up to a 1 up, but unfortunately 1s are always failures. All right, well, that's boding not too well for this fight. I am not looking forward to this fight. All right, well, that's going to be Granny's turn. Granny can't do anything else. So then is going to be... Oh, well, I mean, Granny could attempt to burn the wheat field down, but we get -1, meaning if we get a 4 on the dice or lower, we are going to be burning something, which... I mean, to be honest, I don't really care about losing the Prospector Sifter. And we have to do it at some point. It would save Quintus having to come down here to burn this. So... Yeah, screw it. I think we just need to be... Again, we're sort of on a timer here. We're on a race. So screw it. Let's do it. I know it's very, very risky, but we gotta try. Oh, 2 natural ones in a row. All right, let's... Prospector Sifter got burned, and anything else happen? We take a damage. Oh, God. Okay, I might have just totally screwed everything over. All right, it is Quintus Bench's turn. Quintus is going to roll and try and take out the wooden fence with 2 Moxie. We're looking for anything but a 1. We just rolled 3 1s in a row. Now, we do get +3, so it's 4 total, meaning that it's just a tiny flame, so we just put a counter on there. And that's going to be it. I think we just lost just because we wasted... God, this is like the worst luck. Of course, everything's been like crescendoing to this moment, and we've just screwed the pooch in every way possible. All right, well, that was 2 Moxie. We have 1 Moxie left. So we'll just move over to the Big Barrel. Big Barrel does take 1 Moxie to use, so I think we are going to just try and use the Big Barrel. And yeah, hopefully get a bonus to our stats. 7. That is going to be success. We heal 1. Don't really need it, but all of our stats go up, so we get a lot of stuff. We do have 1 Moxie left, but unfortunately we can't use that to try another burn it down. But now that we have 1 extra Moxie, we have 4 Moxie total. We can interact with every terrain piece once per turn, so I could actually try and burn the big barrel and the wooden fence in a single turn. So that was worth it. All right, we had a little bit of luck on our side finally. Something went our way. All right, that's Quintus Bench's turn. It's gonna be Blopsy Twins. Blopsy Twins, I think, are just gonna go. Oof. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna spend 2 Moxie and use our Healer's Bonnet and lower our accuracy by 1 to heal Granny 1 because Granny's not doing so hot. Unfortunately, it does take 2 Moxie, and we do require 2 Moxie to use the to try and burn things down. So that is essentially going to be the Blopsy Twins' turn, I think. Actually, let's go. We have a lot of movement left. Let's go 1, 2, just in case it targets closest, and then we can tank the damage from Granny. Because, yeah, Granny does not have much health. All right, it is going to be Samuel Strawman's turn. Actually, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we have 6? We do have 6 movement, so actually we can go 4, 5, 6, and let us do this instead. It puts us closer, and we might as well just try and attack with our sharpened feather again because it costs 0 moxie to use. So we're looking for a 4 or higher because we have -2 accuracy. That's a 2. That's going to be a miss. Not looking so good. All right, it is going to be Samuel Strawman's turn. Hopping Poke, closest townsfolk. That is going to be Blopsy Twins. If it reaches them, deal 1 damage. That is true. After effect, if the Strawman's weakness is active, it worsens the damage. He loses 1 movement. Okay. Well, we don't have the weakness, but luckily it doesn't add anything for not having the weakness. It is going to be Granny's turn. So, yeah, Granny is just going to stay here and try again. Granny's going to try and hit with a floppy scimitar. Same thing, anything but a 1. Barely making it. So that's going to be 2 damage. And we are not going to try and we're not going to try and burn things down. I mean, to be fair, we could and get rid of the basic boots. Because you don't really need the Moxie anymore. Now that we have Floppy Scimitar, which only costs us 1. However, I think I still want the Moxie because it does allow us to exchange weapons and fire with the Rudy Tutor or the Floppy Scimitar. Which, I mean, I could actually do that. Interesting. That might not actually be a bad idea because I could actually spend 2 Moxie because we have... Oh, no, never mind. I attacked with the Floppy Scimitar. I was going to say I could set up for using the Rudy Tutor next turn. Which I guess we could, right? Because we could equip it this turn. Next turn, we could attack with the Rudy Tutor and swap back to the extended pole and then attack with the Floppy Scimitar. Oh, no, never mind. I can't math. Ignore me. And I think we're just going to chill there. Yeah, we'll hang out there. Quintus Bench's turn. Quintus is gonna try and attempt to burn down the wooden fence, spending 2 of his moxie, 2 of his 4 moxie. We get +4 because 3 from the sheriff's ladder and +1 because we already attempted to burn the wooden fence earlier. That's a natural 10, so that's gonna burn the fence. So that has been gotten rid of. So we got 1 terrain piece out of the way. Does anything happen? No, we just remove it from the board. And we're also going to try and burn we're going to spend our other 2 moxie to try and burn the big barrel. That's another natural 10. Man, if only these were attacks. Oh, wait, we don't remove the barrel from the board, right? No, it just can no longer be activated. So it's still on the board, so we still have to burn it down. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and set up to burn that down next. All right, it is going to be Blopsy Twins. Blopsy Twins are going to attack with the sharpened feather. I think we're fine hitting the breaking point here. Again, we essentially got to do it at some point. So it is going to be hitting on a 4 or higher. That's a 6. That's going to be a successful hit. That's going to be 1 damage. Our turn is going to end, and it's going to trigger the breaking point for Samuel. Samuel gets Small Crows, the 2 townsfolk closest to the overgrown cornfield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think it's going to be Granny and... yeah, Granny and Blopsy, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. No, that's actually going to be Blopsy and Quintus. Uh-oh. Move completely into the overgrown cornfield. The targets are dragged into the overgrown cornfield by tiny scarecrows. Place the targets inside of the overgrown cornfield, regardless of distance. That's not good. Really wish I had the crystal ball here. Now it says move completely into the overgrown cornfield. I'm guessing that we just move. It doesn't say place, though, for Samuel. So I think Samuel just tries to move into the overgrown cornfield. The small crows take the targets, though. Yeah, we'll just do that. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's how it's supposed to read. Again, someone can probably correct me on that, but usually it specifically will say place if you're trying to, like, if you're actually teleporting them. All right, now it's going to be Samuel Strawman's real turn. Hopefully not an overgrown cornfield. Closest townsfolk move towards the target, then trigger the after effect. That's going to be Blopsy twins. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it reaches them, Strawman snips up everything within arm's reach. Deal 2 damage to all townsfolk within 1 square of Strawman. Holy moly. Strawman does not fuck around. Alright, well that is going to be Survivor, so take 2+ damage in a single turn without being knocked out. So we're going to cash that in and get +1 Moxie. Gives us a little bit of flexibility, especially with Healer's Bonnet, so that's good. That's not good. That's a lot of damage. Alright, well, it is going to be Granny's turn. Granny, man. Do we want to try to burn this thing down again? No, we got to get in to do some damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's actually swap, spend 2 Moxie to swap our Floppy Scimitar for our Rudy Tutor. And we have 1 Moxie left over, and let's shoot because we're 10 spaces away. Thanks to our Extendipole, we get +5 range on our other weapons. Rudy Tutor already has 5 range, so now we can hit exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're exactly 10 spaces away. So let's shoot. We're looking for anything but a 1. That's a natural 10. All right, we're Granny, you're showing your skills now. We had to warm up, but it's okay. So we're gonna have to roll again to see what we get on the critical hit table. That's gonna be 8. That's pretty good, I think. 8. A brilliant blow. Your attack deals +1 damage. Perfect. That's exactly the type of thing that we're trying to do. So our Rudy Tutor does 2 +1 damage. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. A great shot. Man, what a snipe. And of course we can't use it the following turn, but that's okay because we're probably just gonna end up swapping back to the Floppy Scimitar. Alrighty. Yeah, so it's definitely worth it to keep these basic boots. That is gonna be it for that. Quintus's turn next. So Quintus. Now let's see. Do we have to be? Okay, we have to be adjacent. Now, funny enough, if we burn the overgrown corn, oh man. The problem is I want to burn it down so he can't, so his abilities that interact with overgrown cornfield aren't as bad. However, I do want to try to go for the special objective. So I think we are just going to try and get to the wheat field and we'll hopefully try and, not die. I could also swap positions with Granny to actually get over here, which might be a little better. It's going to put Granny in a much worse position though. However, we still have to roll for overgrown cornfield because, if we start our turn inside it, on a 1 to 3, we skip our turn. 4 to 9, we get out, and on 10 or higher, we actually get an item. So I guess, regardless, we have to do that at the start of our turn. I'm going to roll again because that just stopped on the piece. That's a 7. So that is going to be 4 to 9. So we can just move as normal. In which case, we'll just go like this. We'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll go to this thing, and we will spend 2 Moxie to try and burn it down. That's a 9, so 9 plus 3, definitely going to burn that wheat field down. Awesome. Then we got, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, let's go 5, 6, 7, and we'll spend another 2 Moxie to try and burn this down. Thankfully, we have 4 Moxie. That's a 2 plus 3 is 5. Unfortunately, I don't think that's enough. We need a 7 or higher, but we do get to place a counter on it and hopefully get it next turn. We're going to be trying to burn this dangerous ditch. All right, so that is Quintus's turn. So it's going to be Blopsy's turn next. Blopsy has to roll for the overgrown cornfield. We're looking for a 4 or higher. That is going to be a 4, so we can do our turn freely. What do we want to do here? So we can attempt to attack. Man, we're already down to 4 health with the Blopsy twins. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah, Granny did get a critical as well for Breezy Cape, but Quintus is already at full health, unfortunately. I think we're gonna just go, we'll go 1, and we'll attack on our way out. We're looking for a 4 or higher. That's a 9. That's gonna be a successful hit, almost a 1. Jeez. So it's 1 damage with our feather. And we have 5 movement left. It costs, unfortunately, 2, I think, to get through the ditch. So that makes things a little bit awkward. We'll go 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe just draw them away from everyone else. Yeah, let's do that. And actually, let's go here. 4. And I think, to be honest, I don't think we're going to end up using the boasting bullhorn at this point. But what I'll do is I'm going to spend 2 Moxie to swap my boasting bullhorn with my rubber bat. And then I'm going to spend 2 Moxie to try and burn the dangerous ditch. Yeah, let's do that. And we get +1 because there's already a counter on it from when Quintus tried to burn it down. So we get +1. That is a 5. That's a 5 plus 6. Unfortunately, we need a 7. But we do get another counter on that at least. So, and we don't burn anything. And the reason I swapped, just in case we actually rolled low, I could just discard the rubber bat rather than get rid of my boasting bullhorn. All right, that was 2 Moxie to, yeah, that was all of our Moxie, so we're just going to spend our last movement and go over here. All right, that is going to be it. It's Samuel Strawman's turn. Corn padding. Overgrown cornfield terrain pieces of the target. Oh no, move fully into it. If Strawman enters the target even partially, trigger the after effect. Restores 2 HP and anyone inside takes 2 damage. Shoot, that means... Okay, luckily we didn't get past the breaking point yet, so we're not going to trigger another breaking point. And luckily, everyone got out of the overgrown cornfield, so there's a reason why they want you to destroy that one last, unfortunately. All right, well, it could have been a lot worse. It's going to be Granny's turn. I don't think Granny can get in range to do anything, so we're just going to spend 2 Moxie to swap to our floppy scimitar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's... I don't think Samuel Strawman is going to end up hitting the foul townhouse, so I think we'll take this risk. Unfortunately, that's all we can do. Oh, we actually got Tinkerer as well, so we actually get +1 movement, because we actually interacted with the wheat field, even though we failed. Which means we actually have an extra movement. Doesn't change anything, because we need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need to be 5 squares away. All right, it is going to be Quintus Binch's turn. So Quintus is going to, again, spend 2 Moxie to try to burn this dangerous ditch. We get +2 from the counters, +3 from the sheriff's slider, so +5 total. That is going to be easy success. So somehow we burn this dangerous ditch down very, very quickly. Don't get to find any items from it, but again, I don't really care too much about this about items at this point. We have all of our movement left over, which is 9 movement. I have 2 Moxie left. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get in front of the door. And the reason for that is I want to at least... I don't know if I want to burn... I don't know if I want to burn that down just yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's actually end up here, and let's just go for the wooden fence. We'll save the rickety farm as a last dish effort. We might end up wanting to actually use it to try and get a heal off someone, especially like, you know, Blopsy twins who are taking quite a bit of damage. So yeah, we are going to spend our last 2 Moxie to try and burn the wooden fence, getting a +3. It's going to be a 3 plus 3 is 6, unfortunately. We need a 7 or higher, so that's just going to be 1 counter on there. All right, this is going to be Blopsy Twins' turn. So Blopsy Twins, I think we are going to... I don't think I want to get near the overgrown cornfield, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to spend we're going to spend 2 Moxie, and we are going to lower our accuracy again by 1, and we are going to heal Granny back to full. And then I am going to lower our Moxie by... Actually... Yeah, we'll lower our Moxie by 1. And we will attempt to use... Or we will use Mind Reader. So Scarecrow is going to be next. So it's going to be the closest townsfolk. Move towards target. If Strawman reaches them, trigger the after effect. Hoists you up onto a pole. You better brush up on your hopping skills. Keep this card in front of the target. Your melee weapons have +2 range, but you can no longer move using movement or gear abilities. Instead, once per turn, you can just move 3 squares in a straight line, unaffected by terrain movement or penalties. You may also move through obstacles and the ruffian, but cannot end your turn on one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's definitely going to affect them, which I think is not the worst thing in the world. Because to be honest, it does make it harder for us to move around, but at least it doesn't do damage. It increases the range of our weapons, and also it means that we can just freely use our movement to cash in for Mind Reader pretty much every single turn after that. Because even if we're at 1 movement, this overtakes that, so we can still move 3 squares in a straight line. Lowers our movement overall, but I think it's probably better than getting rid of it. So we'll keep it on top. All right, it's Samuel Strawman's turn. We already know what's going to happen. It's going to go Scarecrow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to hoist Blopsy Twins up onto the pole. And yeah, we can't use our movement, but that's fine. All right, so that's going to be it. So it's going to be Granny Melba's turn. So what we can actually do is he is by the foul outhouse, where we can actually attack the foul outhouse to deal 2 damage to all characters within 2 squares of it. But we are also by the Blopsy Twins, which actually would give us an extra damage. Are we fine with a breaking point happening here, I guess is the biggest question. We would only get 1, 2. We would only get +2 accuracy if we attack from here, which isn't the worst thing. If we attack the outhouse, we actually get an extra accuracy. So we lose out on damage, but at least we wouldn't trigger the breaking point. I think it's probably more beneficial to just get out of range of the overgrown cornfield. We just want to stay away from there as much as possible, I think. So I think we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We'll go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 5 spaces away, and which means we're hitting on anything but a 1. That's gonna be a 9. Oof, almost a crit. So that's gonna be 2 damage, and that is gonna be our turn. It is gonna be Quintus Bench's turn. So Quintus is gonna start off trying to burn the defense, we get +3 and then +1 for the counter. That's going to be a successful burn, so that gets burned down. That was an 8. 8 + 4 is 12. Easy peasy. What do we want to do here? I actually could swap positions with Blopsy twins to potentially get them to the rickety farm to potentially heal. It's a little risky. Quite risky, actually. That's tough. I think we'll deal with this wheat field over here first. Blopsy twins is doing all right. Technically, like, it's pretty much the same health as Quintus anyways. So yeah, we'll actually just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll burn the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn, we got so much movement. Yeah, we'll try and burn this Heidi haystack with our other 2 Moxie that we have left over. Excuse me. And yeah, +3. Nice. 6 + 3 is 9. That's gonna be a successful burn. First try, baby. Quintus is the troublemaker. He's just a little pyromaniac over here. All right, Blopsy twins is up next. So how much range do we have on our weapons? We have +2 range. So I can't actually hit the outhouse without hurting myself. Our next damage is going to trigger the breaking point. So how do we want to do this? Are we fine with just taking a damage here? I think what we'll do... I might want to try making my way towards the rickety farm for that potential heal. So I could go 1, 2, 3 in a straight line and end on the other side of the ruffian here, because this scarecrow ability actually lets us move through the ruffian, funny enough. I could also just move adjacent to Granny. And that also gets us further away from the overgrown cornfield, if anything happens to push us towards there. So yeah, I think we'll do that. I think in a worst case scenario, we can always use Quintus to swap positions with someone down here to get to the rickety farm. So yeah, let's just go 1, 2... oh shoot, we can only move 3. I guess, are we fine with not having the... Apologize, that was my Discord, by the way. Are we fine with not attacking this turn? Trying to think if it's worth... It is always risky causing a breaking point with Blopsy twins just because Samuel Strawman is afterwards as well. So he essentially gets 2 actions in a row. So I think we're better off just playing it safe, maybe. I really wish we could heal. Well, actually, let's see. First off, let's lower our movement by 1 to use Mind Reader so we can see the next card. Mow down. Strawman extends his clippers and charges forward. There's no target, but turns towards the target's closest townsfolk and moves forward. Strawman deals 2 damage to any townsfolk that collide with him. Okay. So we definitely want to move. And we can't move and end up orthogonally. Otherwise, we're going to end up getting hit by this. So what we can do is we can just go, yeah, we'll just move our 3 spaces this way. And he'll essentially turn towards us and run into the outhouse. Which unfortunately doesn't trigger it. Although I guess I don't really want him to trigger it because otherwise Blopsy twins would get hit there. But, alright, perfect. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. Alright, and that is going to be it. So then it is going to be Samuel Strawman's turn. So we already know what happens there. He's going to turn towards the closest townsfolk, which is... So I guess we could choose either having him go down or left. We'll have him just go left. So he'll just crash into the outhouse here. And all right, and it's gonna be Granny's turn. All right, what do you want to do with Granny? What do we want to do with Granny? Could do 3 damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spaces away. That would cause us to get 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 accuracy, so hitting on anything but a 1. And we'll get the extra damage from oh shoot. I needed to... I mean, I could retroactively do this. We would have... I'm gonna retroactively say that we would have set up for Boasting Bullhorn because I wasn't going to attack anyways. So I would have used my 2 Moxie essentially to swap back to Boasting Bullhorn. If people are angry with this, screw you. My game, my fun. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do because it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. So then, yes, now we are going to attack with Granny, and we're going to be hitting on a 2 or higher. That's a 4. That's going to be a successful hit. We have 2 damage from the floppy scimitar, plus extra damage, which is 3. It's going to trigger the breaking point. Send in the crows. Farthest townsfolk. The target is attacked by a swarm of crows for 1 damage. Move Strawman completely into the overgrown cornfield. All right, well, Quintus finally takes a damage. And move him fully into the cornfield. After effect, the crows are relentless. Until you end your turn inside of a terrain piece to escape their pecking, you lose 3 accuracy. That's sort of awkward. I mean, we're only at -1, which isn't the worst thing in the world. And also, I guess if we want to waste a turn, I could just end in the wheat field, and that would get rid of it. Man, wasting a turn, though, it's very, very awkward. Oh, shoot. Also, it was move. So, wait, we were here? So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. He had enough. All right, well, that's Samuel's turn. Or, sorry, that was a breaking point action for Granny. So it's actually Quintus's turn. One, two, three. We don't really need the... Oh man, shoot. Do we need the accuracy? I mean, we are going to have to start swinging at some point. Although, to be fair, I mean... Granny's doing a lot of damage. We already got him down to 5. So we sort of want to actually just rush and try to get the terrain destroyed right away. So I think we're just going to hold off on that. We're just going to spend our 2 Moxie to interact with the wheat field and try and burn it down. +3. Ugh, that's a 3 + 3 is 6, so we just get a counter on it. We do have the movement to make it over to Rickety Farm. Do I want to burn down the Rickety Farm now? All right, since we actually fail off the wheat field, we'll just spend the rest of our movement to end in the wheat field, so then we get rid of the send in the crows. Yeah, because the wheat field is a feature, so we are able to move into it. So we get 1, 2, 3. We get a 3 accuracy back. I mean, I could also swap with someone. Blopsy Twins is very, very awkward to move around, so that's going to be a no-go. And Granny sort of just still needs to do a bunch of damage. It might actually be better to swap with Granny, though, because then I can get healed by Blopsy Twins. Because let's see, what's going to happen on Blopsy Twins' turn? Blopsy Twins isn't going to really do too much. And we can't move up because we have to move exactly 3 squares. Oof, yeah, the Scarecrow ability actually is sort of awkward. And Granny doesn't need healing. Let's just go 1, 2, 3. That way Granny can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces away, which means we could swap back to the Rudy Tutor and fire again with that. Get some more damage in. Trigger the last breaking point. Might not be a bad idea. Yeah, let's do that. Alright. That means it's going to be Samuel's turn. Violent Landscaping. Closest obstacle. Well, that's going to be Foul Outhouse. Move towards the target if it reaches. Trigger the after effect. Oh... That's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does reach it. Unfortunately. Yeah, that was the closest, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Rickety Farm's definitely furthest away. Strawman cuts and flattens the landscape into nothing, dealing 1 damage to any townsfolk within 2 squares of the target. Oh, luckily Granny's 3 spaces away, and we moved Blopsy Twins. Now, does Foul House trigger here? I don't think so, because it says you. It doesn't specify that it can be either you or the ruffian. So I would assume it does not. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're actually just out of that. And actually that helps us because that actually removes it from the board. Thank you, Strawman. That couldn't have been better. That was the best card in the game. All right, well that worked out well. All right, it is going to be Granny's turn. So Granny, I think, man, it would be so much better if Blopsy Twins were before Granny, because we could use Mind Reader and see what the next breaking point action is going to be. Now, do I want to maximize damage or make it more guaranteed to hit with the floppy scimitar? Because I could go here, but it would be 1, 2, 3 spaces away, which would bring us to 1, 2, plus 1, which means we'd hit on a 3 or higher. So I guess it's not that big of a deal. Also, we actually do trigger, or we did trigger safety first, so we actually are the only one at max HP currently. Or, yeah, max HP. So let's give us another Moxie. Yeah, I think we will maximize damage. Oh, I also got caught in the back with Quintus. Nice. So we'll get +1 Moxie. Damn, our stats are through the roof in this game. This was for the crow attack or whatever. Yeah, we'll maximize damage. I'm still sketched out about potentially losing something. Now, I guess we could be really risky, and we could actually... Oh, wait, shouldn't this have a... Oh, no, we actually didn't get a counter because we actually damaged ourselves. I could swap to my Granny's Cane and use my other 2 Moxie to attempt to use the Wheat Field. Am I willing to take another damage for that? Because it'd be, again, man, this card really sucks. We have -1. So we have to essentially get a 7 or 8 or higher to burn it. Yeah, we'll just do damage. We'll stick to our game plan. Let's go 1, 2, 3. We're 1, 2, 3 spaces away, plus 3 accuracy, which brings us to +1. And we are hitting on a 3 or higher. Cool story. Cool story. So that was 1 Moxie. We have 3 Moxie left over. I think we just gotta take every chance we get. So I'm gonna spend 2 Moxie to swap out to my Rudy Tutor, which has since been reloaded. And we have 1 Moxie left over. Now we can shoot with the Rudy Tutor. And we're going to try again. We get +3 accuracy. So we're actually hitting on a 5 or higher, though, with this one. Oh, it's a 7. That's going to be a successful hit. So it's 2 damage from the Rudy Tutor, +1 because of the boasting Bullhorn. So it's 3 damage. And we trigger the last breaking point for Samuel Strawman. Mocking Crows. Move towards the closest townsfolk. Then trigger the after effect. Uh-oh. That's bad because they're both right beside each other. Crows hurl insults at your group. It's impossible not to get flustered. All townsfolk must discard 1 unaccomplished feat of metal, if possible. Each townsfolk takes damage equal to the point of value of the discarded card. Oof. So, Granny takes 1. Oh, wait. It's going to be... Hey, all townsfolk? Oh, shoot. Yeah, all townsfolk. That sucks. All right, we got 1 damage for Quintus. Uh-oh, Quintus is down to 2. And we'll do this because otherwise we'll take 2 damage. That's not good. We need to keep Quintus alive. That is bad. Oh, man, we still have 4 things to get rid of, too. Okay, well, it is... That was Granny's turn. It's Quintus's turn. So Quintus is going to move 1 space to try and attempt to burn this thing again. We get +4. Oh, it's going to be 6. That's just going to be another counter. I wonder if it's worth swapping positions now with Granny. and just have Granny try and do this. Now that has +2 counters on it. Because, yeah, we really do need to heal Quintus. Oh, man, this is awkward. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess I could make my way towards the rickety farm to try and get to the heal. It's either that or it would end up doing damage, but that 3 damage would be wasted because Samuel can't be killed until all terrain pieces are removed from the board. Man, this is really rough. I guess what I could do is swap positions with Granny, get healed by the Blopsy twins, and then start working on this one. I'm so scared about Quintus dying right now. I think we're on a race to just try and burn things down, unfortunately. Because being able to potentially burn Rickety Farm here is really, really good. So yeah, I think we're gonna actually just do that. We're gonna try and burn the Rickety Farm down. Oh man, do I want to do this is a tough decision. This is like a make or break it type of decision, because we already do know that he has quite a few cards that target the furthest townsfolk. But I mean, there's also the danger of not knowing what's next, and it could be closest townsfolk. Because yeah, Blopsy twins going last really, really makes it hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then next turn we could go attempt to heal off the Rickety Farm and then try to burn it down. That 2 extra health from that we could potentially get for Quintus could make or break him in terms of him surviving. So yeah, let's just do that. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll go here and get ready to use the Rickety Farm. All right, it's gonna be Blopsy Twins' turn. So Blopsy Twins, I think we're gonna spend 2 Moxie to lower our. Yeah, let's just lower our Moxie by 1. I don't want to lower my accuracy too much now. And we'll heal Granny by 1. And we are going to, I think, just set up to kill. And we're just going to try and attack. So, yeah, cost 0 Moxie. We're hitting on a 5 or higher. That's a natural 1, so that doesn't do anything. And then we're just going to go 1, 2, 3. Again, getting further away if possible. All right, it is going to be Samuel Strawman's turn. Snip, snip. Target with townsfolk with the most gear. Most equipped gear, right? Oh, that's actually going to be... Oh, it's a tie between Quintus or Blopsy Twins. Uh-oh. I actually want Quintus to be targeted here because he actually can't reach. Yeah, so, but unfortunately it's not up for us to decide. Quintus gets a 4. Nice. Blopsy gets a 6, so targets Quintus. So move towards target. If it reaches him, deal 1 damage. It is not going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I definitely don't want him getting attacked, though. Yeah, that's good. Nothing happens. All right. Well, it's going to be Granny's turn. I mean, we're going to spend our 2 Moxie to swap back to the Floppy Scimitar because we can't use the Rudy Tutor this turn. So we can just get him down to 1. We're effectively wasting a damage, but I mean, I think it's fine. 1, 2, 3. Actually, we can go 1, 2. We can go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 5 spaces away, thanks to Extendable. Attack with our Scimitar. Nice. That's going to be a hit. So that brings him down to 1 because he can't go underneath 1 until we remove all the terrain. So then let us go. So 1, 2. We can go 3, 4, 5 and start heading towards the overgrown cornfield, because I think we're going to try to set it up where Quintus can take care of these pieces of terrain, and then we can swap positions with Granny or someone to get the last piece, or to get the overgrown cornfield last. Now, we still need to get rid of the terrain and then do the last point of damage, so it's still going to be pretty close. It's going to be Quintus's turn. Oh, this is really sketchy, because if we end up not getting the rickety farm, we could be in a lot of trouble. But, I mean, I think we have to go for it. We have to try and get the heal. So we're going to go here. We're going to spend 1 Moxie to roll on the rickety farm, looking for a 4 to 7. Oh, that was almost a 6. Owner refuses to answer the door. I don't think we can waste time trying to activate this, so I'm going to just spend 2 action. Oh, shoot. Can we even do this? I don't think we can, because I think you can only interact with 1 terrain piece per turn. So I don't think we can actually interact with this and then do the action to burn it down, because it's still both interacting with the same terrain. I don't know. That's actually a good question. Considering it's a different ability, and you can activate abilities once per turn, each ability once per turn, I would assume that we can do it separately. I'm going to play it like that. I don't know if that's correct. Might be in my favor too much, but it makes sense to me in my head, because I know that the rule, in the rule book at least, it says you can activate each ability once per turn, and each terrain piece once per turn, but we're interacting with the terrain piece here, and we're using an ability here. So yeah, I think that still is fine. So then we'll spend 2 Moxie to attempt to burn it down. Of course, we get a natural 1. Luckily, we have +3 to our burn it down roll, so it ends up being a 4, which means we don't have to take a damage, and we don't destroy anything. And we place a counter on the farm. 1, 2, let's go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just try to get as far away as possible. Alright, it is Blopsy Twins' turn. So first things first, Blopsy Twins, I think, is going to use... again, we're going to use Mind Reader. We're going to lower our movement by 1. And we are going to see the top card. No target. Move towards the farthest townsfolk. Strawman commands his crows to keep an eye on his land. Keep this card in front of the townsfolk. Any townsfolk that enters a terrain piece for any reason is pecked by crows and takes 1 damage. When the action deck would be reshuffled, shuffle this card back into the deck. Alright, not the worst thing in the world unless he teleports people into the overgrown cornfield. So I think we'll just keep that one on top. And the farthest townsfolk would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unless we move, and we sort of want it to be Blopsy. We don't want Quintus to get hit. So 1, 2, 3. So if we go 3 spaces this way, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would actually be... yeah, that would be Blopsy Twins. So yeah, I'll go 1, 2, 3. We'll end here. We'll also keep this card on top. And yeah, it's Blopsy Twins' turn. So it's going to be Samuel's turn. So we already know what happens. Pecking order. It's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. End up there. And we actually keep this in front of the townsfolk. So we just want to make sure we don't enter any terrain, but it's fine. Don't need to. Okay. Well, it is going to be Granny's turn. So there's no point in doing damage now. Unfortunately, we can't burn the overgrown cornfield right now. So I think we're just going to go 1, 2. Yeah, we still want to sort of stay relatively close, because we still need to do a damage once we actually destroy the overgrown cornfield. Although, I mean, if we're switching with Quintus, I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll just chill there for now. I don't think we can really do anything. Yeah, actually, let's just go there. Let's just stay somewhere close by to Blopsy Twins, because we might need to start taking some damage for them. It's really awkward for Blopsy Twins, though, because we can't thanks to the Scarecrow ability, we can't maneuver in a way where we can potentially try and burn this down. So that's really bad. And Granny really sucks at that. All right, well, that was Granny's turn. Quintus. Gonna try this same thing. I guess the question is, do we want to just try and burn it down now? No, we need the heal. Let's spend 1 Moxie to heal. That's a 2. It's going to be a miss. All right, screw it. Not going to waste any more time. Let's spend our other 2 Moxie to try and burn it down. That's a 9. It's going to be a successful burn. Burning this farmhouse with this person still alive in it. No biggie. We only have 1 Moxie left over, so unfortunately that's going to be it. I don't think we had any movement left. Let's see, that was H. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we actually have 2 movement left. So let's go 8, 9, and move back towards this wheat field over here. All right, it is going to be Blopsy Twins' turn. So Blopsy Twins, I think, are just going to go... 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, actually, let's just go 1, 2, 3. We'll stay as far away as possible from the... overgrown cornfield. And we'll spend 1 movement to use Mind Reader. Actually, we probably want to do that first. Lurk. Closest terrain feature. Move completely into the target. If Strawman enters the target, trigger the after effect. Lashes out. Anyone within 4 squares of the target takes 1 damage. Okay, well, that's fine. So we'll keep that on top. Because it'll be the wheat field. And we'll just go 1, 2, 3. Which gives us just out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because there's only 4 squares. All right, yeah, we'll keep that one on top. And that's pretty much it. We can't really do anything else. So, yeah. It's going to be Samuel Strawman's turn. We know it's going to be... going to be next. It's going to be Lurk. It's going to move into here. And swing wildly. And no one takes damage. So, luckily, that was a pretty good turn for us. Granny's turn. I think Granny's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to be the closest. Because Granny has a little bit more health than the Blopsy Twins. And Blopsy Twins can heal Granny, but Granny can't heal Blopsy Twins. So if it gets to be the closest townsfolk, then that's fine. Yeah. All right, it is going to be Quintus' turn. Quintus is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then we're going to try to burn this down. 2 Moxie. Oh, it's... Okay, so it's 1 plus 2 for the counters. 3. Another 3 from Sheriff. It's still only a 6. I mean... Yeah, we'll just... Do I want to swap positions? I could swap positions with Granny, and Granny could potentially... At least that puts Granny out of range of burning herself with the wheat field, even with the shaky hands. Because it'll be essentially +2 to the roll. I guess only if she gets a 1. I guess it's not the end of the world. But it puts Quintus in a really dangerous position. Because Blopsy Twins also cannot maneuver in a way to heal. I guess we'll just keep them there for now. We're just going to hopefully have Granny tank some shots for us. Alright, it is going to be Blopsy Twins' turn. So Blopsy Twins is going to spend movement to use Mind Reader. Stay off my lawn. All towns within 2 squares of a terrain piece. Oh, crap. That's really bad. So you need to get an 8 or higher to dodge. Now, it's Quintus taking a damage, but we really can't afford Quintus taking another damage. He's really, really low. So I think we are going to put that on the bottom. So we just need to remember that in a few more turns that happens. All right. So we got to be really, really careful about that. All right. Do we want to move? 1, 2, 3. We'll just move this way. And yeah, it's going to be Samuel's turn. Impale. Closest townsfolk, so it's going to be Granny. Oh, sorry. Move towards farthest townsfolk. Never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not good. Hopefully we can burn this and then move and burn the other thing, because that'd be clutch. Keep this card in front of the townsfolk. Any townsfolk that enters a terrain piece for any reason. Oh, wait, did I? Where did the card go? Oh, whoops, I did not. Oh, I was like, I totally whiffed that. My bad. My bad. I picked up the wrong card, or I looked at the wrong card. It is the closest. Okay. I was looking at the wrong card. Deals 1 damage to Granny. After effect, target may opt to roll, adding their max HP. You struggle beneath a pull, take an additional damage. However, if we get a 10 or higher, we get the weakness, which is Samuel instantly takes 1 damage per townsfolk. Okay, so that's not worth it because he's already down at 1 and we can't do any more damage to him. So yeah, we'll just have nothing happen. All right, it is going to be Granny's turn. So Granny, let's see. Can we afford Granny taking a damage? I don't think so. What we want to do is I think we want to go here. Because then on Blopsy Twins' turn, Blopsy Twins can end on the other side of Granny and heal Granny by 1. Where else could we move? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could also move here and have the same thing happen. Yeah, let's do that. Because then Granny can still be as closest as possible. So we'll do that. Quintus is going to try another attempt at burning this thing down. I mean, it's guaranteed, pretty much. So that's going to be 5 plus a bajillion. Our lighter is running out of fuel here. We have 2 Moxie. We have actually 3 Moxie left over. So let us... Man, it's really risky. Swapping positions right now. I mean, the benefit is we could potentially get another wheat field right off the bat. But... Actually... I would end up being where Blopsy could heal us. Oh, actually, no, because I would have to move. Because I could move and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could go 6 here. Try and burn it, and then move 7. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Blopsy Twins would be considered closest then. And Blopsy still has more health than Quintus. Oh, shoot. No, we can't do that either, though, because we have pecking order. So we can't go through the wheat field. Ooh, this is so awkward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we just move all the way down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Luckily, we have a ton of movement. Yeah, let's do that. And that means we'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're still considered the furthest away, so it's still pretty sketchy. And also, the card after this next one, we have to make sure we can't... Ugh, this is bad because we're also almost at the end. Yeah, that's, I think, fine. Let's do that. We'll just pray. We shall pray. All right, it is going to be Blopsy Twins' turn. So Blopsy Twins, we can go move 3 here. Let's spend, let's use 2 Moxie and use Healer's Bonnet to lower our accuracy by 1 to heal Granny again. And we will... Is it worth using Mind Reader? Because we can't afford to put this... Actually, we can... Because we know that the last card is going to be that one where it is adjacent. I think it's adjacent terrain, right? Yeah, all townsfolk within 2 squares of a terrain piece. And then move towards the farthest. But that's fine because no one's nearby now. So actually, yeah, let's take a look at see what the next one is because we want to swap those. So yeah, we'll spend that. We'll spend that last movement and see what the top is. If the farthest townsfolk, if it's within 9 squares, chucks a dead crow at them, dealing 1 damage. Move towards the farthest townsfolk and reshuffle the action deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is. So we actually do. We definitely want that to not happen yet. So yeah, let's do that. And yeah, that's gonna be Samuel's turn. Granny. Oh man. I think we just gotta try to get rid of this wheat field. We've healed Granny enough where I think she can take some damage. So I think we do have 4 Moxie total now. So I think I will swap my we'll swap the Extendipole, I think. Actually no, we'll swap the we'll swap the Extendipole for the Granny's Cane for 2 Moxie. We'll go 1, 2, 3. And we'll spend another 2 Moxie to try and burn the wheat field. We need an 8 or higher, though. Is this worth it? This is so clutch if it works, but if it doesn't, we're in so much trouble. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Because it would free up Quintus to, let's see, go swap positions with. Well, Blopsy could move 1, 2, 3, and then Quintus could. Oh, sorry, Quintus would be going first, so Quintus could swap, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and be exactly in place to burn the overgrown cornfield. I think we have to take that chance. Worst case scenario. I mean, we're not guaranteed to take a damage and lose an item anyways. That's a 5, so it's 5 minus 4, or 5 minus 1. That's a 4, so nothing happens. A counter just goes onto the wheat field. And we'll just stay there. Actually, no, we have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have 5 movement. Yeah, we actually need to be farther away. Yeah. Can I actually spend another... Actually, no. We might attempt to do that again. All right, so that's going to be Quintus's turn. So Quintus is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. We're going to go 5 here. We're going to try and burn this. That's a 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 3 is 9. That's going to be a successfully burnt wheat field. We have 4 movement left. We know that it's going to be targeting furthest next. Oh, no, it's going to be doing the terrain thing, right? And then he's going to move towards the furthest. So we just want to get as far away as possible, I think. So if we swap positions and move 1, 2, 3, 4, that sets us up to move and do this next turn. Let's actually do Granny, though, because we want to swap with Granny. Let's spend our last 2 Moxie to swap with Granny. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4. Because then Blopsy twins can at least heal and then move. Alright, so that's going to be Quintus's turn. So we have Blopsy twins next. Blopsy twins are going to just spend their spend Moxie. Actually, can we do that? So 2 Moxie. We spend the 2 Moxie to restore 1 HP to an adjacent townsfolk and lower accuracy or Moxie by 1. It would be our last essential... It would be essentially be our last heal we can do with Healer's Bonnet. I think we can do that, right? Because we're essentially spending the 2 Moxie and then just lowering our max by 1. It's going to be impossible for us to do anything else, but that's okay. We give Quintus a heal, and then we'll just go... We'll just chill here. All right, it is going to be... Actually, let's see. Yeah, it's going to be Samuel's turn. We already know what's going to happen here, so all townsfolk within 2 squares of a terrain piece, nothing happens, then move towards the furthest townsfolk, which is going to be a tie between Granny and Quintus. Granny gets a 4, Quintus will get a 3, so it's actually going to target Quintus, which isn't great because we want to be as far away as possible. But that's fine. It is going to be Granny's turn. We already know that Quintus is going to move, and then on Samuel's last turn, he's going to move towards the furthest. So we essentially want to stick close by so we can be in range to use our weapon. Which means I think we'll swap back to the Rudy Tudor. Actually, no, we can just swap to the extend pole. Because we definitely want something easier to hit with. So yeah, let's do that. And let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we already know the last card is from before, which is, yeah. It's within 9 squares. That's unfortunate. But luckily we did heal Quintus. Okay, so that's gonna be Granny's turn. Quintus is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are gonna try to burn this thing. Actually, let's go 9. Come on, Quintus, you can do this. 7. That's a 7 plus 3. That's 10. That is going to be a burn first try, and that is the special objective completed because we did destroy the overgrown cornfield last. And that's going to be it. I guess it depends if we want Quintus to take a damage, because we can actually swap positions. Actually, what we can do is we used 2 Moxie to... Oh, shoot, our Milksoaked Limb takes 2 Moxie to use. Damn, if we had 6 Moxie, we could swap positions and attack. Although I think it's still worth swapping positions with Granny. Yeah, we'll spend our last 2 Moxie to swap positions with Granny. Because we know that's going to be targeting farthest townsfolk. And Granny has more health, and we definitely don't want... Quintus to die. So, all right. So that's going to be Quintus's turn. Blopsy twins, unfortunately, can't get into position to attack. Because, yeah, we don't have 2 range on our weapon, and they can only move 3 spaces exactly. So that really sucks. And we already know what the last card is, too, so we can't really do anything. So, all right, well, that's going to be it. I guess we'll just go 1, 2, 3. And it's going to be Crow Throw. So farthest townsfolk, if it's within 9 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is. Deals 1 damage to Granny. And moves towards farthest townsfolk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then reshuffle the action deck. And this also gets reshuffled. Okay, so that is Samuel's turn. It's Granny's turn. Granny is going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away. We are going to attack with our floppy scimitar, and we are hitting on anything but a 1. Come on, Granny, finish this. That is a 7, and that's going to do 2 damage. That is going to be the end of the ruffian, and that is going to be the end of the final fight with the special objective completed. There was maybe some gameplay mistakes in there or things I got incorrect, but still, I'm still happy with things. Even if I got something wrong, I still think we were in a position where Quintus actually still had a decent amount of health. You know, everyone still had a decent amount of health to do stuff. I think, you know, even with the mistakes corrected, I'll have to go back and rewatch. I apologize for the mistakes if there were any. I'm quite hungry, so probably shouldn't have recorded this. I didn't realize this was going to go so long, but boy, that was a nail biter. But hey, we got there. Just goes to show how useful the unique item is towards that special objective. All right, so that is going to be it. So because we won and we completed the special objective, we read the end result number 11 in the back of the book. All right, so it's going to be, what a scene. The townsfolk are surrounded by towering flames beating on a clearly motionless pile of hay. Samuel Strawman has been defeated. The new sheriff lights the pile of hay on fire just to be certain. Other townsfolk start to crawl out of their hiding places, but instead of joy, their faces are white with grief. An older fella known as Old Man Gooby speaks up. What in tarnation? What have you done? Those crops were supposed to feed the town through winter. You've doomed us all to death by starvation. As Gooby begins to tie himself a noose, the new sheriff speaks up. Quit your belly aching. We'll be fine. Look. The new sheriff digs through some ashes and reveals a delicious-looking potato freshly baked. It seems Strawman was hiding the tasty spuds deep inside the cornfield for his own eating pleasure. After that eventful day, Eureka Springs learned to embrace the humble potato. It became their symbol of hope and even graced their new town banners. The prosperity that followed was credited to none other than the new sheriff, along with their team of valiant and murderous townsfolk. Congratulations, you win. You've unlocked new peddler gear. Search the secret gear deck for Banner of Unity and surplus spuds. Shuffle them into the peddler deck. Keep an eye out for them for future games. So that's going to be the Banner of Unity and the spud stuff. Oh wait, shoot, that's over here. Forgot. It's in the special thing. Tag team, nope. Bloody Jam, nope. Banner of Unity and surplus spuds. So surplus spuds is 2 Moxie accessory consumable. The townsfolk next in fighting order receives this gear and may equip it immediately. Each time the original owner regains control of this, all townsfolk restore 1 HP. Interesting. Huh. Wow. That's a party-wide heal, though. That's pretty crazy. Cannot be sold. Banner of Unity, special gear. Townsfolk may exchange gear with each other. Ah, here we go. May be paid for collectively. Okay, so this is one of the... Wow, 20 coins, though, to buy it. All right, well, damn, those are cool. So those are unlocked for future runs. So those go in the peddler deck, and those get shuffled in. All right, well, that is going to be the very end of Townsfolk Tussle. I couldn't be more happy with how this ended. We actually completed the final fight. Again, I apologize for any mistakes I made that made me actually complete this, but hopefully it wasn't too bad. Hopefully you had a good time watching. I know this was quite long, so I thank you so much if you stuck around for this long, if you stuck around for the whole series. It means a lot. I will be getting my copy this Thursday, which is in a few days, actually, at the time of this recording. And I will be doing a physical unboxing. So if that interests you, definitely subscribe to the channel. I will be doing some more board gaming content in the future, whether it be on Tabletop Simulator or otherwise. But yeah, follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up to date as well with everything going on with me. And also, especially if you are a video game streamer or content creator, I do work in influencer relations. And if you want free games and opportunities, hit me up. Follow me on Twitter there. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Have a great one. And I will see you all in the next video.